Hello everybody and welcome, my name is GaaraOfBentonYGO, and today here on this exciting Yu-Gi-Oh video, we are going to be showing off a couple of replays of my Dark Warrior deck because I've been playing around on Dueling Book with it and it's so much fun, and this deck absolutely destroys rogue decks. So if you're playing on Dueling Book or there's a lot of rogue decks at your locals, then this is a great fun deck to play. There'll be a link on the screen showing linking to the deck profile for this deck. I may make some changes, I don't really know, but let's get on to the replay. So this replay, I am playing against Cyber Dragons, and I open up Subknight, which is the one card combo, and then I also open up Durandal and Tsuchinoko, which are two of my extenders to play. So let's go ahead and see. He won the rock, paper, scissors, but elected for me to go first. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon Subknight, try and get the Sweet Knight, but we get ashed, so then we'll use Durandal to then go ahead and get ourselves a Fireflint Lady, and we're gonna go and make our nice little Isolde. I'm not looking back at this, he couldn't have ashed my Subknight, so that was a misplay on both of our parts, because Subknight activates it from deck, and Ash only does deck to special summon from deck. So he couldn't have ashed that, which I guess worked in my favor. He probably would have ashed Isolde's first effect if he didn't ash that, so we won't worry about that too much. But we go ahead and get ourselves the nice little Phoenix Gearfried, and then use the second effect for going ahead and sending 4 equip spells for, I believe I went Dark Grepher. Yeah, there we go. Because I have the skeleton in hand, so we are going to use the skeleton to dump the Nightmare to grave, so we can go into our Orcus plays. So, go ahead, shuffle our deck, and then now we're going to start with our Orcus plays, going into the Galatea. And he didn't stop my Isolde, so I assumed he had no more hand traps. So he just went off and played the nice little Babel. Get the Nightmare, and the reason why I do this is for so I can go into Rusty and I don't have to use the Tsuchinoko. So basically, when I go into Ding, I can equip the skeleton back, and then I have both the Nightmare and skeleton in grave, go into Rusty. And then I have the 2 Fog Blades and the Rank Up Magic set for Calamities. So he tries to go, and his hand actually isn't very good. So we'll just go ahead and go through his turn. Plays 1 for 1, and then discards the hers, I believe. So he can go into the so we can search the Cyber Dragon afterwards. And so I go ahead and I'm going to Ding to send whatever he summons to the graveyard, because that way once he's done, then I can Calamities and turn off his turn pretty much. And so he summons Noxter. He doesn't use Noxter's effect. I'm not exactly sure why, because I didn't really see anything in his deck. Oh, you can't see their extra deck. I didn't really see anything that would matter if he was playing machines or not. So, but he just used the hers effect to search after I send the Noxter to grave with Ding, and then use the Rank Up Magic to go into Calamities. I don't care if he has the Cyber Dragon to make Mega Fleet or whatever. But I apparently missed a lot of misplays against this guy, because he adds Core, which he couldn't do with hers. But ultimately it didn't matter. I totally wasn't paying attention apparently in this duel. And I call Light to turn off his turn, and he overload fusions and summons out Rampage Dragon, not knowing that Calamities still will negate Rampage Dragon. So it is what it is. And then we go and he sets one and passes. So really, really good. We draw a second Gearfried, which was kind of meh, but I misplayed. I should have summoned the Gearfried, but I went straight for the Nightmare and to send a second skeleton to grave and use that to summon Ding, and then we use Ding to send and then Rusty to pop the face down. Turns out to be Overload. I should have known that, but he overloads away my Calamities, and then Ding sends the Chimera attack, which is fine. And then he searches Cyber Emergency, which I still have the 2 set Fog Blades, so I'm not really worried about. I activate Tsuchinoko, and then I'm pretty sure I go into Dragoon here. Yeah, I go into Dragoon just to do that little more life point damage, and then I have the ability to... I don't have the machines on the field, so we can't get rid of my Ding that way. And then just a little bit more damage, have the negate. And we go. And then his turn, he scoops after that. There's nothing he was going to be able to do. Well, then we go game 2, and he elects to go first, which is probably the best that he could do. And he goes, and he will normal summon Core, which I will, of course, Gamma, because that gets it off the field for Machine Dupe, and then also he doesn't get the search, obviously. And then he will go and search the Noxter, which is fine, and then sends the Cyber Dragon to summon the Noxter, activates the Noxter effect, and then summons Seeger. I don't know why he summoned Seeger. And then he one day appeases and passes his turn, so... It's like, okay. And I play this game like super, super weird. I don't know why I did it this way, but this just shows like you could play this deck badly and it'd still do it. I just used a bunch of danger effects and end up getting them all off. And then normal summon the skeleton. I'm not 100% sure why I did that, because I had the Nightmare in grave and I could have kept the skeleton for a Dingrisu negate, but because I didn't do that, I have to make some weird plays later, which is fine. So here I go for the Rusty. I also didn't get a Ding engrave. I don't know why I didn't do that either, because I also have Foolish set. I just misplayed terribly this game, but as you can see, I had to send the Quatlos to get the double evolution pill so I can have the Dragoon negate, summon Anaconda, and use Rusty effect to get the 2 Fog Blades, because I knew he wasn't really going to be doing anything this turn anyways. So we go ahead, summon Dragoon, and then Dragoon pops Seeger, and then what's he going to do after this? So he draws, oh man, his hand was absolutely terrible. Why didn't he... So he summons Cyber Dragon. He attacks my Dragoon. I Fog Blade it because I'm afraid he has like evenly matched or something, which I don't know why, because if he had evenly matched, he would just evenly match me, not summon Cyber Dragon and attack. I really wasn't thinking this game, because I was like, wow, I don't even know what to think of this guy. But yeah, he just scoops after that because he can't win, especially with those cards in his hand. So it's kind of interesting. This deck is really, really nice against rogue decks. So we're going to cut here and take a look at another replay. This guy was playing a really interesting deck. He was playing like Dino, Aqua, something or other. But let's go ahead and see how this goes. So I go first, and he immediately scoops. He thinks I'm playing probably Infernoble or something, so he immediately scoops, which is fine. And then we go, he's going first, and so he'll Desires and draw 2 because I don't have any hand traps. And then he goes Unexpected Die and summons Megalos Smasher X. So I'm thinking he's playing like the Pacifism deck, but no, then he Gets another one. I'm like, okay, he's probably playing pacifism. And then he goes into Bahamut Shark. And I'm like, okay, we're going to definitely gamma the Bahamut Shark. And then he double evolution pills into a UTC. So I'm really confused at this point, the deck he's playing. Then he goes tactics into a Dragoon. Sets one and passes. So I'm pretty confused at this point. But I look at my hand and I'm like, okay. He trap tricks into Necrofusion, and that's a second Dragoon. So it's like, okay. With this hand, I can't play through that. I don't have that many outs to Dragoon. So then we go, this game 3, I'm opening up first. And summon Red Layer and go for Reasoning. And end up getting the Boots, which is really, really good for an extender. Going into his old. And we go through, do my combo. And for some reason, he goes and he's afraid of my UTC, so he uses the Skullmeister on the Quatless. Interesting. And then he's like, dude, I drew a red eyes, and I'm like, yeah, I have one too. Then we go through and do our Orcus plays. Get the Fogblade. And then I just go Anaconda and pass with a single Dragoon. And yeah, it looks like I didn't have the extender to go into the Rusty, which I did because I had Thunderbird. Wow. Looking back, this is why you always got to look back at your replays, because you're like, okay, what could I have done better? Which in this case, the Dragoon was all I needed with the one Fogblade, so it ended up working really well. So he goes for the Desires and draws this 2. And then he goes into Dogmatica, and I'm like, what? That's really not what I expected. And he sends the wrong thing, which is fine. Gets his Maximus. And I Fogblade the Maximus. I don't remember why I Fogbladed. Oh, because I didn't want him to pop the Fogblade, so that's why I Fogbladed the Maximus. And then I stopped the Maximus, or I stopped the Fleur-de-Lis from negating the Dragoon. And then he apparently sets Trap Trick. So go Dragoon, pop the Maximus. And then I get the Phoenix Blade back. Summon Gearfried. And then attack for game. So pretty easy for this one match. I'm going to just do a time lapse of the other 2 matches that I did, just to show you guys some more of how this deck plays. But this deck is so much fun. If you have a locals that's a bunch of rogue decks and you just want to have fun, this is the deck for you. Like I said, the deck profile was linked at the beginning. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys enjoy the replay. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. If you are new, share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.